You know, light has always been a symbol of education, as is enlighten, or maybe even show me the way. And as you know, I've enjoyed teaching people how to fish for several decades. And today, well, I'm still letting the light shine brightly. And this time around, I'm shedding light on fishing the light stuff. 334 feet later, it's a long way from up there. You know, as I was mentioning a minute ago, a lot of times when people discuss fighting fish on light tackle, they talk about those fish that are heavily pressured and how light tackle or scaling down things makes it a whole lot easier to catch those fish. And one thing, those fish have seen it all. Or some folks may even mention matching smaller tackle to catch smaller fish when and if that's all that's biting. Now, both such notions are fine and good, but when I'm talking about fishing lighter tackle, I'm talking about doing it because it's fun and nothing else. It's a simple pleasure playing a fish on lighter tackle. Now, there's a skill required, and of course, the fish always has more of a sporting chance of becoming that. Oh, so famous fish, the one that got away. But knowing the risks and skill requires also making going fishing with light stuff a lot more of what I'm looking for, fun. And as you know, when you think about it, that's a major part of fishing as far as I'm concerned. Even when you don't catch anything, I still try to make it a fun trip. Oh, look here. Wow! Tug it, strip that line. Well, he got it too, didn't he? Come here. Whoa, buddy. There we are. Bye. Man, I love landing them with the added challenge. You know, I guess it's no different than the bow hunter that puts down the compound bow for a long bow, or the shotgunner that suddenly gets the urge to dove hunt with a 410 than a 12 gauge. You know, fishing with a lighter tackle is simply a different twist that can give added appeal to angling. There goes Uncle Fred, bringing my tackle to Bass Pro Shop. When I go fishing with the light stuff, I may choose to fish a body of water that's small, and sometimes what I catch may actually be small by trophy standards. I'm gonna tell you something, that's fun. But regardless, the challenge of landing bass on small tackle weighs heavy on my scale of enjoyment. Oh, look at that one. Pull that drag, baby. Wow. That big old sassy looking thing. Yes, you are. Boy, it was a good fight. Yes, it was. You know, these days landing fish on smaller, lighter tackle is not as hard as many have led you to believe in the past. Today, this equipment is far superior with graphite rods and high quality reels, giving us a comfortable edge, even with the light stuff. The rods are lighter, the reels are lighter, the drag systems are just absolutely unbelievable. The rods are more sensitive, they're stronger, they've got a lot more backbone. Even the advanced anglers and new developments have helped us find more success with the light stuff. The composition of the rods now allow for greater lengths. For example, my light rods now measure 6.5 feet and give added distance to cast, even with the lightest of lures, while also offering a strength that assists the angler. Do I like it? Yes, I do. There we go. Healthy little rascal, you. The longer rods are more forgiving when playing bigger fish on light lines and offer better overall feel when working a lure. Also today, these longer willow switch-like lightweight rods are outfitted with even smaller reels, but don't be fooled by their size. Though tiny by traditional standards, the new lightweight reels give the angler an edge. Though smaller and lighter, today's lightweight reels have oversized spools and they provide more drag surface. It's also desirable, but it doesn't compress the line too much or create a tight memory coil. So casting is made much easier as well as retrieves when using this type of reel. You know, a lot of people are worried when fishing lightweight lines, say 6 pounds or less. They're worried they'll lose good fish in weed beds or stump fields. So why concern yourself with that initially? You know, I always figured you gotta get the bass to bite your lure first. Yep, the strike comes first. So toss such worries overboard. Remember what I mentioned a little bit earlier about lightweight gear being better these days? Remember that? Plus, the risk and the challenge is the fun part of this game. The main thing to do is handle each situation with care. And I think you're gonna be surprised at your catch rate. And many anglers can't get over the idea though. They believe they'll lose more fish by downsizing their tackle, and especially when setting the hook. Now, if you have a good quality reel with a good drag system, there should be no problem. Likewise, if your drag is adjusted correctly, there'll be fewer breakoffs, and 2, better knots also help a lot. Some say the size of the lure is going to affect the size of the fish you catch. But what's funny to me about that is that there's no doubt big lures catch big fish, but little lures catch small and big fish. We're out here to catch fish, right? We go out on the lake just to catch fish. Sure, we like to catch big fish, but the key to fishing slowly with the right style, and sometimes that style is basically a do-nothing technique. Aha, somebody else knows a good thing. Look at there, the rack's empty, totally empty. But look at all these colors. But I like black. Why do I like black? Because that's the color they're biting right now. Here's what we're using today. A Bass Pro Shops 4-inch squirming worm. And let me tell you, this is one fine little fish getter. We've got it rigged on an 1/8 ounce Bass Pro Shop weedless round head lead head. This squirming worm comes 16 to the pack and in 19 colors. Famed angler and lure maker Charlie Brewer enjoyed a lot of success going lightweight. He invented the slider worm, and his technique for light tackle success often included taking a slider and swimming it very slowly, maybe just jigging it a little along the bottom. He also used fluorescent line and was a line watcher too. The slightest move of the line would be all the strike indicator he needed. Now way back yonder, he and I had some successful trips fishing light tackle in our home state at Center Hill and Timms Ford Lake in Middle Tennessee. Now, let's get back to fishing. Nice one. Look here. Oh boy. Oh baby, pull. Get him way out there. Woo! I like that. Strip that line. You gotta wait. Got it. Too nice. Hey, bye. Long casts also are key when fishing light tackle in clear water. And again, remember, today's technology has created light rods with greater lengths. They overcome what was once the light tackle dilemma. You can now cast lighter tackle further, and you can maintain constant contact with the tiniest of lures. No matter what little lure you fish with when using this technique, in the back of your mind, you gotta know that you have to play the fish. You never just haul it in or horse it. Even if you could just pull it off, you're defeating the whole purpose, taking away some of the fun of fishing with this stuff from the start. Instead, you want to bring the line in, pump and reel. Keep the line tight, raise the rod smoothly, bring the line to you. Now, when the fish wants to take over, don't try to strong arm it. Let it go. And that's one of the hardest things for the angler to do. I guess it goes against our nature. After all, we've worked hard to get it on the line, and now it seems we're giving it all the added edges. But that's also part of the success of fishing the light stuff. I have to let my quantum rod and reel do most of the work. At such times, you'll realize the true meaning of the rod's flexibility and drag systems. The bending and flexing of the rod and the drag system work in sequence to tire the fish. You know, it's a give and take process, and it serves to slow the fish down. And yes, you have to expect the fish to take off on you, as if it's going to do the 100-yard dash. But remember, let it go. Your rod and reel combo, and hopefully your developing skills, will wear the fish down. Your drag is going to work for you and against the fish. Of course, big bass on light tackle are going to always make that boom, that final run when you get them near the boat. And you got to be ready for that. And heck, well, truth be known, it's why we brought light tackle to the lake anyway. It's the close and hopefully not so far moments that really make it all worthwhile, because it's such sweet, sweet times you're reeling with suspense. Am I going to pull this off? It really is a make or break moment. And I have to admit, win or lose, I always love it. This game is all a tiring process, and sometimes in more ways than one. Hopefully, your battle will end with more fish tiring out than you. When you lose one, well, you've done all you could do. So the fish won, but remember, each loss can be your gain as you learn to fish the light stuff. Well, it's about time to reel them in and load them up. But before we get out of here, let me leave you with this. Next time you're not happy with the heavier hardware, leave it at home and give finesse a boat ride. And see how you like the lighter side of life. Tell you what, I think you're going to love it, just like I do. Till next time, catch one for me.